Okay. Okay, been a while, but it's video day. It's been like 2 weeks, I think, since I made a video, and I need to keep up with this before I go to on my trip to Oregon next week. So this is going because my semester of college is now over, and this is my college reflection, and I made a list of everything I wanted to talk about today. Let's just hope my bird decides to be nice and not make a bunch of noise. Because I do have a bird. He's a parakeet. He's very obnoxious. Okay, so my first year of college, I think I've learned things the hard way for sure. And my first semester especially, I didn't exactly pull my weight at school, and I didn't do as well as I should have. And this is going to sound like a total excuse, but sometimes you just get a horrible professor and there's nothing you can do about it. Wait a minute, there is! You pick your professors before they're, or pick your classes before they're gone. There's a website called ratemyprofessor.com. You can look and see like how many classes are available, like what day, what time, how many units the class is, and then you will go on to that website, ratemyprofessor.com, and then you can I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but what you can do is type in the professor's name, and it's better, and their rating will pop up with it, and people will tell you like how difficult the professor is, how well they can understand them, because some of them aren't American, and so they have like an accent, especially like the math teachers. It's horrible. My math teacher, first semester, no. She was a horrible teacher, and I did not like that class at all. My psychology class was equally crappy, and I failed both math and psychology last semester, and that's because I didn't do my research before picking a teacher, and I got what was left. So, and don't wait, okay? Don't wait until the last minute to get your stuff, because when time comes to register, to pick a teacher, to get your classes, to pay for them, because you get 20, you can put the class in your basket, but then what you can do is pay for it within 24 hours, or you will be dropped immediately within 24 hours, so somebody else can have your spot if you're not going to pay for it. And if you don't immediately get your classes, you get put on what's called a waiting list, and you could get put on a waiting list for several classes, so it just really sucks. I got lucky. I was on a waiting list for, I think, 2 of my classes, and I got into both of them. I got really, really lucky. Affording books. Because first thing you gotta do is pick your professors, pay for your classes, and then you can find out what book you need for the class. Well, when it comes to books, I think that buying them from your school bookstore is outrageous because they're so overpriced. Buying them or renting them from Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or Chegg are the 3 best places to look for your textbook. You just type in what book it is on Amazon, Chegg, or Barnes & Noble, and and it will come up. And it will tell you how much it is to rent the book or how much it is to buy the book. And you make your decision based off that. I don't know if they do book rentals on Amazon, but I know that they do it for Chegg and for Barnes & Noble. Because I rented my books this semester. Because my first semester of college, my grandmother was like, we're not doing this again. We're not, you know, it was really bad. And so was my lighting and everything. And I'm just making everything worse. Oh, that's better. Just a little bit. It's not as pixely right now. Okay, so being absent is another problem that people have. When you're absent, you're missing out. You're missing out on lecture, on notes, on everything. And, oops, ow, that did not feel good. Okay. I thought I was going to yawn again because I'm super tired. Being absent, sorry. It's bad. Don't miss as few days as possible because it's not like high school. Oh, you miss a couple days. You're not going to get dropped from the class. That's what happens in college. You don't show up, you get dropped. You don't show up the first 2 days of school, you get dropped. My psychology professor, unless your professor doesn't care, like my psych professor last semester didn't give two craps. He decided that if you weren't going to show up, you were just going to waste your money anyway, so why drop people? Because there was no waiting list to get into that class. It was an auditorium setting classroom, and there were 120 students in that room. That's ridiculous. We went from 120 to like 40 in a whole semester. What does that tell you about your teacher? Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as being absent goes. You just need to show up and be absent as little as possible. And when you are absent, email your professor so they know that you're not just skipping class. You actually tell them, okay, do your homework. Do your freaking homework. Even if they're not collecting it, do your freaking homework. It will only hurt you if you don't do it. If you do your homework, you have a better chance at succeeding. Because last semester in my math class, it was my fault that I didn't pass. We never had to turn in homework, and so I was like, oh, don't have to do it. You should do your homework no matter what. It does not matter. You have to do it. Studying for exams. If you don't study for your test, you're stupid, and you're not going to, like, go to bed with the book under your pillow and wake up the next day and you're going to know everything. That's not how it works. It's college. You have to put out the effort. Study and you will do well. And also study groups. You will do really well if you study with a group. If you have a couple people in your classroom that you're okay studying with, that you won't like get super distracted, then study with a group. I did this semester and this semester that just ended on Tuesday. And it was a great decision for the final, for my anthropology final. Forensic science is my major. Budgeting your money. Oh my gosh. So many people spend and spend and spend and spend. I noticed like every day someone would spend at least $10 at the cafeteria. Save your money. I know that it's great to have stuff there because you're going to need the money for Scantrons, for all your supplies, because your Scantrons aren't given to you anymore. You have to pay for them, and it sucks. I know it's stupid, but they're 28 cents a piece at my school. Some schools may charge more, but and there's different kinds of Scantrons. There's little ones, there's long ones that are like, I don't know, like the size of a sheet of paper cut in half. Like it's 11 inches long by like 4.5 inches. So let's see, I think there's 5 different kinds of Scantrons at my school, and there's booklets for written portions of your exam. Okay. Get good grades. It's not about the parties. If you think so, don't continue to waste money and go to college. If you think that college is all about partying and getting drunk and getting turned and whatever it is you guys do, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, and I still know how to have a good time and get good grades. It's like every weekend I would get invited to a party. No thanks. I have homework to do, I have to study, but maybe the next time there's a party, let me know and I'll go. And if you do go to a party, you don't have to drink, you don't have to do what they're doing. You can still have a good time without consuming alcohol and whatnot. And if you're just going to go to school for parties and stuff, you're just wasting either your money or your parents or whoever is footing the bill is not going to support you after that. And if you took out a loan, oh, you're in big trouble because you have to pay that back with interest. So, just saying, don't waste money. It's a stupid decision. I think something that I really could have done better was my sleeping habits. I did not sleep before like 3 in the morning, like every single night, and I had to get up on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I had to get up at like 5:50 to be ready for the school day, and because I had a class at 8, but I lived like 45 minutes away from my college that I was going to at the time. I switched schools in the same district because it's like 25 minutes closer than Cosumnes River College. I'm not going to say where I go now, but it's a lot closer and it's better. Never bite off more than you can chew. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about, is biting off more than you can chew. You know what I mean? Like, never take more. Like, when you have dinner, never take more food than you think you can eat. Never take more classes than you think you can handle. Never take too many classes. People make that mistake, and then they end up floundering their freshman year. And then they have to cut down on how many classes they take. And say they fail a class. Oh, that's not good. Because they waste their money is gone. You don't get that back. It's like you fail the class, you get a refund. No, it doesn't work like that. You spent the money. That's how it works. And take into account how much money you spent on the class, on the books, on the course materials, all that stuff. It adds up. But the things I could have done better were going to check rate my professor, budgeting my money, studying for exams, doing my homework, showing up on time to class, because I ended up not going to psychology for like half the semester because he didn't care, and so I didn't care. And sleeping habits, study habits, partying, stuff like that. Just be wise with your decisions. And if college isn't for you, then it's not for you. You can still make a living. I know it's hard, but you have to do something. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of people go to college, realize it's not for them, and then they're stuck nowhere. So just make the right decision for yourself. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I have to cut this video off now. And I will be making another video as soon as I can. So you guys have a nice time watching this. I hope it was interesting or important. If you want to know anything about college, you have questions, just ask. I will always answer your questions. If you leave a comment, I will always reply. So I will be updating you soon. Adios.